Yeah, yeah. So, I guess cheers to Halloween, Ray.
Do we need to do an intro?
Welcome to the Entertaining Stupid Podcast.
Delicious.
Yes, my name is Buddy Jayson, and with me today on a very spooky edition of the podcast is
Rheal.
Yeah. So, I guess when this comes out, Halloween would have just passed.
Missed it.
Yeah. But I thought, in the spirit of Halloween, that we do something spooky. And one of my favorite things to do while I'm working is to listen to some true crime podcasts. It got me thinking. I could probably write something stupid like this.
I thought you were going to say, it got me thinking, I could get away with a murder.
I mean, I probably could.
If you listen to enough of them and learn proper technique.
Yeah, I mean, that, and watch. What was that one show? How to Get Away with Murder? I think there was a show like that.
There
too.
was a show. I never saw it, so I was wondering, do they give some step-by-step instructions? Like detectives all over the world are like, come on, man.
So the key things that I've learned from my true crime podcast that I listen to is 3 rules: don't write down your murders, or don't write down your crimes. Don't talk about your crimes.
Yes.
And don't commit crimes with other people.
Yeah. No one can keep a secret.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's typically what the downfall for most people is.
Yep.
So, I've decided to go and write 3 pages here about an incident that I thought was very Halloween themed. Yes.
A ghost murder.
Do we? Yeah. Let's just kick off with it.
Jump
right?
straight into it.
Yeah, and you can critique and just talk about how you feel about it all as we go on, I guess.
I'll be the peanut gallery.
Yes.
It's the job I do best.
Yeah. It's he's always a little voice inside your head that you really just want to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. I hope that this is written well. You see, back in my university days, I would pay an English major to proofread a lot of my reports and papers. Very, very helpful to get a lot of my submissions and reports, grammatically correct and coherent. But nowadays, I don't really have anyone to do that for me. I tried to get the same guy to do this and read over this paper,
Seriously?
but there I was standing at his door at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to hand him the story, and all he could really respond to was, What the fuck are you doing here, Jayson? It's 2 a.m.
Surprised he showed up to the door.
we haven't spoken in 5 years. No, I don't want to read your paper. Get out of here.
Bunch of hooligans.
Yeah. So I don't have anyone to proofread, so hopefully this is okay. Yeah. So here is the story about a murder on Halloween. Ooh. It's that time of year again when the leaves start to change color. White girls can start to indulge on their pumpkin spice addictions, especially Ray, I guess.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're really into that now.
I'm a white girl inside.
Okay. I don't know. I don't understand the whole thing around it.
To me, it tastes good, and I do like the fact that it's just a limited time option where it's like you enjoy it for fucking like a month, and then it's gone. And fuck you never get it again until next October.
Yeah, but the thing I don't like is that dumb white girls think there's pumpkin inside of it.
There's not?
Yeah. Blew your mind right there, Ray.
Then what the fuck are pumpkins good for?
And it's the season for the spooky, scary skeletons that come and send shivers down your spine. Yes, I'm talking about fall, and more specifically Halloween. The day of trick-or-treat when parents get to dress up their children as cats, witches, vampires, and pirates to parade them around town to try and get some free candy out of them. Mommy and Daddy should really do their best to enjoy in these times and remember these sweet memories, because before long the kids are going to stop dressing up as cats, witches, vampires, and pirates and start dressing up as sexy cats, sexy witches, sexy vampires, and sexy pirates.
My favorite is sexy vampire pirates.
This usually happens right around high school, right?
Yeah. I would hope later high school, because you don't want to see grade 9s doing that shit. Jesus. At least give it a little bit of time.
Yeah.
How old are you in grade 9? Like
15, yeah. You start driver's ed around grade 9, grade 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah, save that shit for grade 12 and later, please.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you still trick or treating? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, is there an age to stop trick or treating?
I want to go tomorrow.
I mean, it's free candy, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. It seems every year when Halloween rolls around, stories and warnings pop up on social media and are spread by your crazy Aunt Bernice about trick-or-treating gone wild. Kids being kidnapped while going door to door for delectable treats, or being given sexually explicit materials instead of candies by strangers. Who gives out porn to kids?
I thought it was all about drugs.
Yeah, that's the next line I have
one?
here. Yeah. But the biggest stories of them all revolve around the treats themselves. Yes, I'm talking about tainted treats laced with illicit drugs, LSD and lollipops, cocaine in your fun dip, and marijuana in those gummy bears. Wait, those are legal now. And then razor blades hidden inside candy apples.
Yeah, the razor blade one. That was always around.
Yeah.
Did that ever fucking happen?
I don't know.
Maybe once in the 1800s.
Yeah, maybe. These urban legends have been used to scare parents for many years, leading to overreactions. But where legends and myth exists, there's always a tiny bit of truth. To where it all began. Man, I cannot even read my own writing. I typed it out.
You're struggling here, buddy.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why are they? What are they trying to scare people out of? Trick or treating?
I think
that's the whole point of the holiday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's led to things like the car park trick or treat. Not accepting candy that's not in a factory sealed thing. Only taking like the fun size candy bars and stuff like that.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
People just ruin everything.
Yeah. Well, in 1974, a parent's worst nightmare comes true. Young Timothy O'Brien was poisoned by cyanide that had been apparently come from one of the treats that he got during the night. Other children had poison candy in their bags too.
Oh.
A lunatic was out there handing out tainted treats to unsuspecting kids. As the police investigated the death of Timothy, the story grew more and more twisted, greater than you can ever imagine. This is the story of the Pixie Stick Killer.
It was in Pixie Sticks?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Cyanide, is that a liquid or a powder?
It's a powder.
And I've heard of it before. It's pretty deadly.
Yeah, like CIA agents back in like the Cold War would carry a cyanide pill in one of their teeth or whatever.
Oh.
So that if they were ever caught by the enemy, they could just crack it and it would kill them like almost instantaneously.
Yeah, like it's almost instant death.
Yeah.
Dude, cyanide's legit. Holy shit. Also, wouldn't it be hard to get hold of? Maybe not back in the day.
Yeah. It's
your local fucking
you're gonna
pharmacy.
You're gonna pick it up at the Walmart pharmacy.
Yeah, it's we got.
Hey Chris. Oh hey, we got some cake.
Oh wow, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Lucky us.
Yeah, I guess so. Ooh,
delicious.
Fun time.
Fun time.
All right.
Okay, so this is legit.
Yeah. So, Pasadena, Texas, 1974. I mean, if you want to eat too, go ahead. 8-year-old Timothy O'Brien, along with his sister and father, head out for the night to go trick-or-treating, along with their neighbor and his 2 kids. At the end of the night, Timothy's father, Roland, decided to allow the children to have one piece of candy from their respective halls. Timothy had chosen a pixie stick, essentially sugar sealed in a straw. Young Timothy had difficulty sucking the sugar out, so he asked his father for a hand. Roland then helped loosen the powder and passed it back to his son. Those things were always a son of a bitch to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got any little bit of moisture right around the tip.
They clumped up so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what this little fucker did. And
also, pixie sticks were around
back in 74, I guess.
Fuck.
I don't know when they came.
That's
who
forever
invented
ago.
it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's easy enough. It's just sugar in a fucking container.
Yeah, it's sugar in a straw.
Sugar in a straw. And then clamp it.
Yeah. Yeah. After immediately consuming the contents, Timothy complained that the usually sweet candy tasted a bit bitter and like medicine. Ronald decided to make some Kool-Aid to help him wash away the bitter taste.
Damn, are we sponsored here? Pixie Sticks and Kool-Aid?
Oh, it's all branded stuff, man. It's Halloween. Within minutes, Timothy began to complain that his stomach was hurting and his headed straight to the bathroom where he began to vomit and convulse. Ronald rushed over to his son to hold and comfort him in his pain, and in mere minutes, the child went limp in his arm. Timothy would die while being rushed to the hospital less than an hour after consuming the candy.
Damn. So yeah, probably lower dosage, took a little bit longer to get there, but fucking cyanide, deadly.
Yeah. Scary as hell. What the police had suspected about Timothy's death was quickly confirmed. The young boy had consumed a lethal dose of potassium cyanide, enough to kill 2 adults.
Holy shit. Poor bastard.
The pixie sticks which Timothy had consumed were tested, and the results showed that it contained even more cyanide, enough to take out 2 more adults. So I guess the stick was there to take out 4 adults.
Or just really make sure that one person was done.
Yeah, like a big fuck you in particular.
Huh. Well, I guess, yeah, a mixture of like half pixie, half cyanide, or was the whole thing just fucking cyanide?
Yeah, the news of his death shocked America. Stories of strangers poisoning kids with tainted candy have always been around, but no child has ever been harmed. Until now. The city flew into a panic as concerned parents sent in their candy to the local police to have it tested, afraid that their child may be the next victim. 4 other pixie sticks were identified to have contained potassium cyanide inside of them, and they were found in the bag of Timothy's sisters and the other 2 children that he went trick-or-treating out with that night.
So just them and their family.
Yeah,
like in the
that party there.
Yeah. Holy shit, what are the odds?
The murderer had cut open the pixie sticks and emptied out the top 2 inches of the candy and replaced it with cyanide. Once filled, the pixie sticks were resealed and stapled shut. None of the other children had eaten the candy, but the neighbors there, neighbors of the O'Briens, remembered that their child that went trick-or-treating with Timothy went into a bit of a panic as they were unable to locate the pixie sticks. They rushed upstairs to find that their son was fast asleep, clutching the unopened candy in his hands.
Holy shit.
It seemed that the lucky boy couldn't open the pixie sticks and had given up. Now, with a better understanding of what had transpired, the police were left with only one question. Why?
Dude, holy fuck that kid. Failure was a success in this regard.
He couldn't open it, so he decides I'm gonna go to bed.
That's how I solve most of my problems. But holy shit, as a parent, to fucking bust open the door, you see your kid there holding the fucking thing, your heart would stop for a second.
It's just like kicking down the door and like seeing a guy with a gun in his mouth. It's like,
yeah. Oh, it's just like death is about to happen here.
Yeah, you were lucky enough that the kid was stupid enough to not be able to. I mean, even in the initial thing, Timothy had problems getting the pixie stick open. So
probably because like it was an aftermarket staple, whatever, to get it closed.
Yeah.
So holy shit.
So where did the kids get the poison candy from? Roland could not initially recall where his kids got the candy from. He and his neighbors had only taken the kids to the houses on 2 streets it had started raining that evening.
Oh, wow.
The police then went door to door asking the homeowners about what they had given out that Halloween. And their suspicions came upon Roland when they learned that none of the houses had given out any pixie sticks.
No way.
After walking around the neighborhood 3 times...
Well, they would lie. Sorry, I was thinking, oh shit, the dad. But I'm like, of course they're not going to say, oh, I was giving out pixie sticks.
Especially once you learn, I don't know if it was spread, maybe.
No, but I mean, when a police officer shows up and you put cyanide in a pixie stick, you're not going to say, oh yeah, I was handing out pixie sticks. Good times.
All right, so the police went door to door. No, already read that part. And became suspicious of Roland when they learned that none of the houses had given out any pixie sticks. After walking around the neighborhood 3 times with the police, Roland led them to a home where no one answered the door. Roland recalled that this also happened the night his son was poisoned. The house had no lights on, but the children decided to walk up and knock anyways. It's a universal sign where I think no lights means...
Don't bug me.
Yeah.
But I mean, kids are still going to try.
All right. Well, no one answered the door, so they decided to proceed on and move to the next house. But as they turned around and left, Roland was stopped by the homeowner, and the front door creaked open and was giving out 5 pixie sticks. He claimed that he only saw the person's arm, and the best way he could describe it was hairy.
Typical description. How would
mean,
you describe an arm? Mad veins, mad gains.
tattoos,
Yeah, if it's something identifiable.
tanned.
You can't say black or white anymore. That's not allowed.
Well, Roland had to hurry up to catch up to his kids, and when he got there, he distributed his loot amongst the kids. Who, you may ask, was on the other side of that door?
Boo Radley.
Ooh. Ooh.
Sorry.
Was it a deranged lunatic with a grudge against children? An evil witch wanting to punish the city? Or was it our friend Dan, a shut-in who just can't seem to find happiness in his life, so he decides that no one else can enjoy it either?
My vote's on Dan.
Of course, especially children. The police decided to pull the records, and they learned that the home was owned by a Courtney Melvin. Courtney was an air traffic controller at the airport, and he didn't get home on Halloween till about 11 p.m. He also had a very solid alibi. 200 people or so at work could confirm that he was, for sure, in fact, at work that night. So, to the police, things weren't adding up. Why would someone just hand out tainted candy to such a nice and quiet suburban neighborhood? Why was the O'Brien party the only children with tainted candy? That's when the police decided to take a closer look into the patriarch of the O'Brien family, Ronald.
Really? I mean, I guess, yeah, you always got to suspect family too, but...
Isn't that usually? I guess that's usually like the first go-to in like a married couple. It's like the spouse did it.
Yeah,
always
for
the
any
same thing.
murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, and that's the thing. It's like most crime, like murder, abuse, just a lot of the general stuff. It's like 90% of the time it's family or close members. So okay, makes sense.
All right. So
Well-
here's some more details about the dad. Ronald Clark O'Brien, age 30, so our age.
Oh,
He never really had any run-ins with the police. He seemed like a model citizen. Ronald was a deacon at the local Baptist church, and he even sang in the choir. He and his family seemed like the ideal white middle-class family with the white picket fence lifestyle. Something that I know very little about. You know, I'm Asian.
American dream, bro. No rules here.
But as the investigation continued, what the police found behind the curtains, hidden in the closets, would reveal an entirely different picture. Ronald had issues with his temperament, and, he had a short fuse. This made it difficult for him to hold down steady employment. In the previous 10 years to his son's death, Ronald had held a staggering 21 different jobs.
Damn.
21 different jobs for 10 years.
Although when they're talking about like this is the ideal family, I don't think not working very well.
I don't.
Like,
Yeah,
not
I think
consistent
the
employment.
initial picture was that it looked like the normal family. But when he dug into his past,
Right.
21 jobs in
10 years.
10
That's
years.
a stupid amount. Like 2 a year, 6 months per job.
yeah.
That's nothing. That's a fucking training time.
Yeah, that's when fuck, you don't even qualify for benefits.
Yeah. You're just barely past probation.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the time of his arrest, he was also suspected of stealing from his current job and had been close to being fired. So it looks like this guy's been a dud at the workplace for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ronald had a bit of a habit of living outside of his means, and as a result, fell into $100,000 debt, roughly $520,000 today. Again, this is all in U.S. currency too.
Jeez, $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His car was repossessed. He had defaulted on various loans, and the bank had foreclosed on his home. Well, there goes that white picket fence lifestyle.
Yeah, bro, you ain't in the dream anymore.
Then there was the matter of life insurance. Sure, it's a nice thing to have and to bring peace of mind for when, something strange happens. But, let's see. How does this make... Oh, fuck, I am terrible at writing. Sure, it's a nice thing to have to bring a peace of mind for when something happens, but Ronald had taken out... I read that as... No, I did spell that as policies.
Nice.
It should be policies.
So many police.
Yeah, but Ronald had taken out policies out on his children in January of 1974.
So January of that year.
Yeah, January of that year.
At least he waited months The worst is when it's like he took out a life insurance policy the day before murdering the person.
Well,
You're like,
well, let's say this: taking a life insurance policy out on your kid is fucking strange now.
no,
and
that's normal.
it's strange then. You would take out a life insurance policy on an 8-year-old kid?
Wait, where it's like,
If my 8-year-old kid dies, I get $10,000.
okay, I don't know if it's exactly a life insurance policy, but my dad bought insurance policies for all of his kids.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think it was either the day they were born or just when he had some spare money one year and someone talked to him. It's like, get a life insurance policy. Yeah, no, all of us kids have one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I think most families don't take out life insurance policies on their kids.
It's more of like so when they die, it kind of covers funeral costs and
Yeah, I think
and he is expecting it to be long term, obviously. So it's like if they had any debts at the time.
yeah. So he had taken out policies, $10,000 on both him for both Timothy and his sister.
That's not even a lot. Like 10,000 payout.
Yeah, $10,000 payout.
That's garbage.
1 month prior to Halloween, Ronald decided to take out an additional $20,000 on each kid.
Now it's looking worse.
And a few days prior to Halloween, against the objections of the insurance company, he did it again.
Okay, now it's getting bad. I just said. There's so many murders where they're like, he took out a life insurance policy weeks before killing the person.
Now, altogether, Ronald had gotten life insurance for his kids in the amount of $50,000 per child. Ronald's wife maintained that she had not known anything about the insurance policies on her kids.
That could be fair. I'm sure you could do it, especially back in the day, as the
but
single male.
You'd think you'd want to talk to your wife about that.
Not if you're planning to kill the kids for the money.
Now, to the police,
which is what I'm assuming is the point.
This seemed a bit strange.
You'd think.
Yeah. Why would someone who is barely making ends meet decide to take out insurance policies to have to pay monthly for the future?
Mm-hmm.
If you think Ronald has hit rock bottom here, well, you would be wrong. Instead of grieving for the loss of his son, hours after Timothy's death, Ronald had contacted the insurance company trying to cash out Timothy's policy.
Get out of here.
If that isn't suspicious, then I'm not Asian. Yeah, to the police, this was sleazy, and they had difficulty believing that, to the police, this was sleazy, but they had difficulty believing that a man would murder his child for $50,000.
Yeah, he would. Like, easily. It shit happens all the time. That's like... At least be smart in your crime is all I can say, man. Don't act in the stupidest, most suspicious fucking way. Hours after death. You literally couldn't wait a day to talk to the policymaker.
Yeah. To try and cash out? Like, ooh.
What do you think it's gonna he's gonna walk over with a bag of cash immediately? Like,
He was hoping that when they heard the news that like the insurance company would be there at the hospital, like, I'm sorry for your loss, Mr. O'Brien. Here's the check.
Here's just a large dollar bag sign of cash in a bag. Like, fuck. He has to be the killer, or else he's just an idiot. The biggest idiot.
All right. Now, Ronald denied being involved in the poisoning of his son. He still claimed that they had gotten the tainted candy while trick-or-treating. But that story increasingly didn't add up to investigators. As the days proceeded, the police had interviewed people in and around Ronald's life and started to piece together quite an interesting story. One of Ronald's regular customers, a chemical salesman, recalls a conversation he had with Ronald about how much cyanide it would take to kill a man and where he would be able to get some.
Oh my god. Come on, dude. First of all, why is there a traveling chemical salesman? And can I meet him? Second of all, it's like walking up to your friend, you're like, how many stabs do you think it would take to kill somebody?
I mean, in like 1974, I could see without the advent of like the internet and stuff like that you'd have traveling salesmen to try and service certain areas and stuff like that. That makes sense.
Maybe walk around with like Advil and penicillin and shit.
yeah,
harder to get a hold of. Would they be carrying cyanide? Did cyanide even have any medical purposes for good? I think it does, but
maybe. I don't know.
fucking hell.
So, a chemical supply store recalls a visit from Roland where he had left after he had learned that the smallest amount of cyanide he could purchase was 5 pounds.
A nice healthy amount.
Yeah.
It's probably enough to kill a whole fucking city. If enough to kill in a pixie stick could kill 4 people.
Yeah, if the top 2 inches of a pixie stick, which is like
Not even a whole pixie stick, part of a pixie stick is
yeah,
4 adults.
You could probably take out a good neighborhood.
At least 5
Yeah.
pounds. Jesus.
Then there was the statements from the neighbors recalling the night of Halloween. He recalls that on the night of Halloween, Ronald's behavior was quite a bit odd, especially when it came to the pixie sticks. He seemed to be jumpy whenever any other child, other than Timothy, appeared to go about and try and open and consume some of the poisoned pixie sticks. At one point, he vaulted across the room to prevent Timothy's sister from taking some candy out of Timothy's bag.
Fuck. Oh, yeah, no, he was a little weird that day. He beat up a little kid for trying to open a pixie stick. Pretty normal.
Testimony from his co-workers also stated that Ronald had started to brag about how his financial situation was about to change. That at the funeral, he was overheard stating that he intended to use the money from Timothy's life insurance policy to take a vacation and to make several large purchases.
Sweet Jesus, this man is such a failure of a criminal. For the love of God.
I mean, like, yeah, you're expecting a check for $50,000 in the mail, but to be hooping and hollering about it.
He's an idiot. Just
Yeah.
an idiot.
Now,
Please let it not be him. That would be the biggest twist. Fuck me.
So the police decided to search the O'Brien residence, and there they found a knife in his home with some powdered candy residue left on it.
Mm-hmm.
They believed that Ronald had poisoned his son for financial gain and had distributed the additional poisoned pixie sticks to the other children to cover his tracks, not caring if they died too, especially if his daughter fell victim. After all, there was a life insurance policy out on her too, another $50,000. So to the police, this was all they really needed. Ronald O'Brien was arrested on November 5th, 1974 for the murder of his son Timothy. And as the news caught wind of the story, he was dubbed the Candy Man.
Really? The Candy Man? Fuck. That's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah. So, Ronald O'Brien was indicted with 1 count of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. He pled not guilty to all 5 charges. Did I miss a page?
Just end us there.
No, I didn't miss a page. Sorry. He pled guilty or not guilty to all 5 charges. And on the day of his trial, May 5th, 1975, so this was
November, December,
7 months after his kid died.
Mm-hmm.
His defense consisted entirely of the urban legend of the mad poisoner handing out tainted candy, despite no child ever having fallen victim to it since Timothy, and no child has ever fallen victim to it in the decades after. Remember, Timothy was poisoned by his father and not by a stranger, so even in that case, it's still an asterisk. There's still a mark on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. On June 3rd, about a month after, it took the jury less than an hour to find Ronald guilty on all 5 charges.
Guilty!
And sentences him to death by electrocution.
Oh, shit.
Shortly after the conviction, his wife filed for divorce and later remarried. While at state prison, the other inmates shunned him. You know, child killers and diddlers don't get a strong rep in prison.
I knew the diddlers didn't, but even child killers?
Yeah, I guess so.
Man.
I mean, you're preying on kids, right?
A kill's a kill. KDA, bro.
I think to criminals it's there's more cred in killing another man than killing a child.
Oh, okay, yes, that's fair. I was just thinking, I was like, it feels like the killers are really trying to take a high road on this shit. Yeah, I killed the dude, but it wasn't a kid. Like, fuck off here, buddy.
After exhausting all of his appeals, Ronald was executed on March 31st, 1984.
Oh my God.
9 years later.
Why'd it take so long?
I guess he did like 3 or 4 appeals. It must have been.
Jesus.
Yeah, and well, it was by lethal injection instead of electrocution. He had maintained his claims of innocence up until the very end. On the day of his execution, a large group had gathered outside of the prison, some protesting capital punishment, and the others in support of it, whatever your feelings are about it. When his death was announced over the intercom, some of the demonstrators in favor of the death penalty shouted "trick or treat" and at the protesters and showered them in candy.
Oh shit, that's fun. The Candy Man.
Yeah, there we have it. The tale of Ronald Clark O'Brien, the Candy Man.
So that's
the
like
Pixie Stick Killer.
one of the only.
I think this is the only time that someone has died from poison candy on Halloween.
Right. And again, it was a family person, not a stranger.
Yeah.
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 Fuck. So yeah, it's just all baseless rumors and.
I don't mean like that shit still happens now. It's like,
oh, we still hear that shit.
yeah, you know, be careful with your with the candy your kids get because it's laced with marijuana. No drug user is going to be giving away expensive edibles for free to random kids just for a fucking laugh.
Yeah. You'd be more in danger of opening the door and the dude's high on edibles handing out candy. He might miss and throw the candy at your child's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's handing out strong drugs, expensive drugs to children.
I don't see what the fun of getting a bunch of kids high is.
Okay, so there's no point. And second of all, if you think about it for even a moment, you're like, it's easily traceable back to me. Well, maybe not easily. They have to figure out the candy whole thing, but it's just like, you're in your house or apartment, I would assume. You're not going to break into someone else's house to do this. So you're doing crime from your own house or apartment. That's just a recipe for disaster right there. You're going to get caught. Like, shake your head.
Also, I also wrote in here, like, yeah, the razor blades. What the fuck is that?
I feel like there must have been something.
Also, how do you not notice? I mean, like...
Yeah, just a razor blades. Didn't it start with apples?
It's candy apples is what I have written here.
Yeah, okay, candy apples.
So, like, do they have the candy apples, like, they embed the razor blades inside the candy apples, and then they cover it in caramel?
Oh, that makes more sense. Because I was going to say, like, other candy, maybe you can fake that shit. Like, if it's chocolate, you just add a layer of chocolate. But I was like, apples, you damage the skin, and that shit's going to start rotting immediately.
Yeah, you can see the bruises.
You can easily see it, but I guess you're right if you can cover it. But so razor blades, it's like you're not going to expect anyone to actually swallow it because the instant it gets in their mouth, they'll be like, "Oh,
I mean, yeah, it cuts you up a little bit.
So it cut up your mouth a little bit. But it's like, what's your purpose here? Just piss off some kid?
Also, nowadays, who still shaves with like? I feel like razor blades are an odd thing to have.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I'm thinking of those like cartoon, the square.
Yeah, no, those are safety razor blades. I have one because I have one of those safety.
Aren't they long though?
No. I'll show you later. Okay. I'll show you, but the little tiny square things, and like I have it on like the safety razors. To use because I like using those instead of the disposable razors because they're a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Once you get used to them and actually
if you know how to
do it properly,
you just got to be able to hold it at the right angle, and it's fine every time. But yeah, it's a lot cheaper than shelling out $60 for a pack of 5 razors
that lasts you like 2-3 months.
Yeah,
it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
but yeah, like razor blades, like I don't know. I think all of these have some hint of a base where they started from, and again, this could be going back to the '60s where some kid accidentally found a sharp object and somehow the story got to it being a razor blade and it get passed around like a telephone game where it it grows and it changes, and then eventually it turns into a razor blade and a candy apple.
Yeah.
Senpori.
Okay. And like,
So
the other thing I mean, I wrote it just for flavor and fluff, but like it was in a bunch of articles. But like, who the fuck gives sexually explicit material out to kids?
yeah, no, that's
Okay,
okay. Not
hand you a bunch of my old Playboy magazines.
okay. I was just thinking, like, not a full magazine because you're just like, what the fuck are you doing here, buddy? If there was some sort of like little like a card, almost like a Pokemon card, or like a little like a
little Polaroid of you being naked.
oh,
Like you're sending dick pics out to kids with the Polaroid.
This is old school dick pic. Well, obviously, to the kids is a problem, but I'm not gonna say I understand it.
I just imagine some guy handing out like dildos or something like that to kids. It's like, all right, you get the 10-inch, you get the bad dragon.
This boy looks like he can handle. What if he was handing out condoms? Would you take that as a pro or a minus?
Oh, it depends on where you are. Like
In a college dorm?
Yeah.
Pro.
There you go. In a college town with like, a bunch of drunk idiots walking around. Here, have a condom.
Yeah. Makes sense. For kids, you're looking at a 5-year-old, you're like, this boy's gonna get some. Yo, dog. The dad's sitting back there like, yeah, I don't know about that one. Unless, I mean, okay, maybe some of the like real churchgoers could be like sexual explicit content could be like.
Yeah, I guess everything was super religious back then.
Yeah, I'm
too.
trying to think of something that's like slightly sexual, like maybe if there was a candy with a picture of a woman,
like a pinup, like those, like the Marilyn Monroe kind of.
Yeah, like a candy with something like that on it. And they're like, "What? This man's handing out porno," and you're like, "But this is on my calendar in my garage." But I don't know. No, the part that bothers me in all this, and he started out good, where he took out a life policy in January. I was like, this man planned ahead. This guy was actually slightly intelligent and waited, was it 8-9 months before killing the person after getting the life policy. That at least looks a little less suspicious. But when you start doing it a month before October, and then like 2 weeks before October,
it just paints a target on you.
oh
And like, dude,
my God.
you call up the life insurance hours after your kid's dead?
Hours.
You're-
Pretend, man.
You're going around work fucking pretending or making comments to your friends about how your financial fortunes are about to change.
Yeah.
And you're overheard at the funeral.
Talking about how you're going to spend money.
Spend that money on a vacation and several other large purchases.
And isn't that the best part? It's not, I'm going to use this money to pay down my debt and get my house back. It's take a vacation.
Things have been stressful lately. I think I deserve a little bit of a trip. Maybe go down to the Poconos, just enjoy some time on the beach, just to really take a step backward from all of this.
It's been really hard on me lately, the past few
Yeah,
hours.
debt collectors are calling me constantly. I'm
Oh,
getting
my
mail asking me to pay
God.
these bills. Some angry guy's knocking on my door demanding payment from the bank. It's like, I just need a bit of a break.
Do I need these kids? Not really.
Apparently not. I mean,
Oh my God.
he decided to go and murder one of them. So
You could make it 100 times less obvious. And it would have made it harder to pin on you. It still would have looked bad, but I mean, god damn. And traveling chemical salesman. Hey, so what's your most lethal poison you got there, buddy?
cyanide. Ooh, what's that?
Ooh, and it's like a powder? Like a pixie stick.
Now, how much do you need to take down a fully grown man?
At least say, how much would you need to take down a moose? I have a few.
And okay, you need that much. Where can I get my hands on this?
See, I at least make the stupid fucking argument of, there's been some. You could go small. You could say there's been some raccoons in my garden. Fucking up my vegetables. Pest control. Or you could be stupid and be like, there's been a bear or a moose out lately. I need something to take it down. So I need something heavy hitting. Like, Don't ask about a person.
Yeah, and I mean, like he packed enough to take out 4 people
Well,
in one stick.
either he didn't get the right dosage amount from when he was talking to the chemical guy, or he just wanted to make sure it was going to finish the job. Because
Yeah.
if you don't know how fast acting cyanide is, he's like, well, I don't want the kid to be dragging this out for weeks.
The other thing that really bothers me is just the recklessness behind it. Like, yeah, you're gonna go kill your kid. Cool, you made that decision up in your mind, but you decided to go and pack 4 additional pixie sticks,
Right?
and like, yeah, you know, my other kid's gonna get it. The neighbor kids are gonna get it. You know, if they die, who cares?
Whoops. Okay, again, I can see where it's, he had policy insurance on his the daughter as well. So it's like, okay, if the kid goes too,
I'm gonna drag my neighbor's kids into
the
this.
neighbor kid's like, fuck, man.
Just to hide my tracks.
Oh, I guess I was going to say, if there's ever a moment later in the night when you're alone, you could just throw it in their bag. And the kids might be like, oh, I don't remember getting this. And you're like, oh. Yeah.
I don't think any kid will go and look through the bag and goes, I know where I got this candy from.
No.
But if you think about it, like you go and trick-or-treating.
God, no.
Other than like the king-size candy bars, you're not going to remember where you got the little fun bits from.
I was going to say, if there was only one pixie stick, and you're like, well, I don't remember going to a house and getting a pixie stick. I could see a kid thinking that, but they wouldn't go, oh, I never got a pixie stick. Obviously, this isn't mine, and throw it away. They're going to be like, I don't remember getting a pixie stick, but cool. Fuck yeah. Like, just sneak it into your kids' bags later on, man. And I guess, like he said, it was to cover his tracks. So to provide kind of an alibi where it's like, oh, it wasn't just my kids, it was others too.
You know, he wasn't specifically targeted. It was some stranger handing it out to the thing. And like,
yeah. Which, okay, I do see his point. It makes his story a little bit better, but man, did he fuck up in every other regard.
Yeah.
He could have done it so much better. Shame on you, Candyman.
So yeah, there we have the tale of the Candyman.
So he's the
pixie
fucking
stick killer.
reason we have all these stories. And
I mean,
rumors.
he's probably the reason why
Part
it
of.
continues on.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think it
Which-
would have started anyways, but
Well, like they said, it had already been going.
Yeah.
And obviously one kid's death is a tragedy. So
now I don't know, like what other candies would you like? I don't think of pixie sticks when people hand out candy for Halloween. At least
just
nowadays.
like as a general.
Yeah, just like nowadays.
Yeah, no, it's those like you get the boxes of either like
The fun size
yeah.
like Arrow, Kit Kat,
yeah,
O. Henry's,
or
those ones.
Skittles
Yeah.
and Starbursts and yeah, no, those are the go-to now.
What was your favorite?
I
I loved getting O. Henry's.
O. Henry's,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I ate a fair amount of O. Henry's as a kid. Oh, I know why. Yeah, O. Henry wasn't my favorite. I want to say like Reese's Pieces probably.
Okay.
And those are more or less or more common nowadays because they do have those like singles.
Yeah. Oh,
But I
no,
don't
you're
think-
talking about Reese's peanut butter cups or the pieces? The pieces are like the...
Oh, those small ones. Okay, sorry, peanut butter cups. The
Yeah.
actual peanut butter cups. I think those are more recent where now they have like singles of them.
Yeah, and they have like thin versions of them too.
Yeah, but back in the day, I don't think they really made the like.
No,
for
you would get the
Halloween.
3 in a
Yeah, that was pretty much
slat.
all you could get. So you wouldn't get those for Halloween.
Yeah, and then
Huh.
they came out with the
What was
single
my
versions,
Yeah,
and then they came out with those mini cup versions too.
and the mini cups are where you get a lot of them for Halloween now.
Yeah.
Which, okay, sides tangent, but I just bought one not long ago, just one of those like 4 packs of different varieties.
yeah, the fun, the
Fun
party pack or whatever.
Yeah. And it was the Reese's Pieces and something else. They look fucking small now, dude. They got way small.
It's that whole shrinkflation thing.
Yeah. No, that you can tell on these ones. You're like, man, back in the day, these were way bigger.
No, I want an answer out of you. What's your favorite candy out for Halloween?
Okay, I was gonna say Reese's Pieces, but I didn't get those as a kid. So it would have been
Tootsie Pops, Arrows,
No.
Kit Kats,
Kit Kats were
Jawbreakers,
okay. No,
Crispy
they don't-
Crunch. I'm just naming off.
No.
Lollipops, Tootsie Pops, Blow Pops,
Dude, blow pops would have been sick. Those
chocolate covered raisins,
nowadays, yes. Back
uh,
then, huh?
Junior Mints, toothbrushes, floss.
Dude, if I could have gotten after 8s as a kid, fuck yeah. It probably would have just been either a Kit Kat or Smarties.
Those little nerd packages.
Ooh, I wish I got those. That'd have been sick. Probably just the little chocolate bars. One of the chocolate bars for sure. I would have been. And I just remembered why I wasn't like, oh my God, O. Henry, yes, because my family gave out O. Henrys. And
so
we were the family handing out the full-size bars.
You were the king-size family.
We were the king-size family. And when we had leftovers, I ate a lot of O. Henry. That was my second Halloween. And, man, fucking back in the day. So, like, when I was a kid, so we'd get them from, throwing name brands out here. So we'd get them from Costco. So, like, 25 or 50 to a case. And we'd have full-size bars. And we would keep track of all the Halloweeners we get. We always kept track. And fucking when I was, like, 5 to 10, we would get, 130, 150 kids a year. Like, between that range. A lot of fucking kids. And then it just slowly...
Now you're lucky to get, like, 20.
Yeah. No, we hit, like, 30. And you're like, ugh. And
I think it's just a change in the times.
Is it? Like, I wonder what it is, because I don't think there's that fewer kids.
There's not that fewer kids, but I also think it's a seasonal thing. Back when we were kids, at least earlier on, it was a lot warmer around Halloween. Nowadays, I would say if I like from like when I was like maybe like 5 to about like 10, 12 or so, it was still warm enough on Halloween to be actually wearing your costume out. I would say it was between 12 to like 16 or so is when it started to get fucking cold and you had to wear your winter jackets. Yeah. You would be going along house to house with mom and dad following in the car behind so that you can take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and warm up.
And like, yeah.
Okay. I think I would agree with you. My memory's pretty spotty, but there was one year I remember and I couldn't have been that old. I want to say it was pre-10 or like up to 10, but I'm not 100%. And I remember the snow was fucking almost like as a little kid, waist high or more. So like, I remember bundles of snow, being in a jacket, and like you said, the dad falling in a van. So like after every 6 houses, you jump up and warm back up. And I want to say that was young, and that could just be one of the freak years where it was, and every other year was warm. It for sure could have been. So that happens.
Yeah,
I could definitely understand where nowadays climate's so fucked right now, where it's just like it could be extremes. Up or down, whatever.
Oh, I mean, like at least right now, it's Halloween's looking to be nice.
Yeah, what do they estimate around? Like probably 7, 8.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's cold, and especially when you're worried about your kid, you'd have them bundled up in a decent coat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not winter jacket weather, but no. I mean, like you got a sweater or something like that on, or whatever.
Yeah, something under your costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely weather. And I feel like more people are doing that thing where it's like you either go to the mall or you go somewhere where
it's like a community parking lot.
Where you can hit a whole bunch of things really quickly instead of house to house to house.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think that's more and more the case.
Which I'm going to pull the old, I'm an old man card. Back in my day, you had to fucking work for your candy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you and your friends would, set out a plan with the neighborhoods on a map. It's like, all right, we're hitting these houses first because there's the king-size candy bars. And then we're going to run down this because there's the most houses there. And we can just hit them consecutively. And, like...
we can take this catwalk here to get to this spot. And then circle around back.
There was a lot of planning for free candy.
This was logistics, man.
Yeah.
No, and it's when nowadays, like you said, you did... 2 neighborhoods, and then they had to call it for rain. I was like, dude, 2 neighborhoods. We fucking hit
2 streets, not even 2 neighborhoods.
Oh, was it 2 streets?
2 streets.
Amateur hour over here. We did fucking 4 neighborhoods.
Yeah, in
you
fucking
went for hours.
Yeah, in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
And this is in Pasadena, Texas, so they got no snow.
Yeah, you don't know what snow is. Oh, man, these kids. I was gonna say nowadays, but that was way back when.
1974.
Although
bunch
if it's
of
raining,
wimps.
If it's raining, I don't think I'd want to be.
I think rain's a different scenario.
Would you trick or treat with an umbrella?
No.
Gotta get that candy.
No, because I mean, like even in like the cold, if you have any makeup or anything like that, that still stays on, right? You go trick or treating in the rain with makeup on, and that just washes all off.
And wearing a big ass costume, it starts getting wet. That would suck.
Yeah, and especially if it's something that like made out of wool or something like that, and it just holds the water.
Help me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
All right, now just some things to talk about after this. What would you say is the age you stop trick or treating? Because I mean, there's got to be some sort of like there's a transitional party where it's less. I want to go out with my friends to to get candy to let's go out to a party.
Yeah. Shoot, I feel like there should be like a hard number that everyone understands, but I would say 12, 13, maybe 14 at most. Maybe. So
I think I was about 14 when I stopped trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Because I want to say like, yeah, okay, 15, 16, especially like 16. You got a car. You guys can drive around.
Your friends, even at 15, you're going to have a friend who's maybe 16 right then. And
someone. And that's the point where, in high school, you're like, all right, time to start going to parties and just hanging out with friends instead of the candy. Okay, yeah. So I was going to say grade 8 seems late, but maybe grade 8's the final.
Grade 8, grade 9, I would say, yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much.
But now looking at it, I'd love to walk around and get free candy. But, people aren't going to hand out candy to me.
I think if you are creative with it and fun, they might. So it's like, say if like 4 of us went and you're like an a cappella group and every house you go to, you sing a little ditty, the parents might be like, oh, you guys are fun.
So we're going Christmas caroling for Halloween.
Oh. Maybe that's where it started from. Yeah, we're Christmas caroling. That would be an interesting. What are your plans tomorrow, Jayson?
I guess we're going Christmas caroling.
Got a Santa costume? Yeah. No, I think if you made it fun, and if they're willing to give you a candy, you're just like, oh, thanks. It's something. It'd be even funner if you could walk around with booze, if you had open carry. Or,
just be absolutely shit-faced.
Fuck yeah. Just walking around with a beer, walking up to houses, do a little ditty, try and get some candy, walk around, drink.
Turn around, throw up on their porch, walk away.
I mean, we try to be respectful, but I'll aim for the flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no, I would think I would give them till the end of grade 8. Like, and that's maybe pushing it, but I'll give them to that. Enter high school. Yeah, start doing parties or whatever, or just part-time job. Go buy yourself a little fucking pack of candy. That's what I do now.
Dirt cheap, or smart thing. Wait until the day after Halloween when that stuff gets discounted.
But what if you want to eat candy on Halloween and be depressed?
I guess.
Been there.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Okay, we're gonna.
What are we calling it then?
Yeah, we're gonna call it there.
Okay, well then I'll share the story.
All right.
What I was telling there was last year, 2 years ago, one of the two, when I was a relief worker and we bounced around all over the place during the year to cover holidays, and it was Halloween and I was covering someone's route and it fell on a weekday, so I worked that day and I'm out of town. I was like, fuck, I'm out of town for Halloween. That sucks. But it was on a weekday, so I'm not missing, big parties or anything. So I just bought a pack of, little chocolate bars, sat in my hotel room.
Ate all 150 of them.
Not quite, but tried my damnedest. Just ate a whole bunch of the chocolate Halloween stuff and watched YouTube videos. That was my Halloween.
That's a respectable Halloween.
It's the best you can do out on the road.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining us on this spooky edition of the Entertaining Stupid Podcast. My name is Buddy Jayson. We'll see you next week, or whenever we decide to record another one of these podcasts.
It's a never-ending who knows.
Yeah. We'll see you later.
Peace.
Bye, guys.